Hello and welcome back to Suspended Filmation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I'm starting to laugh. I just, I'm looking at the background here and how sparse it is, and that's what kind of made me start laughing. Um, of course, I'm moving, and yeah, everything's getting packed away. And yeah, there's just a lot of nothing on the shelves right now. Yes, there are still a few books here and there, but yeah, that's going away too as of today. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier saver on the Patreon. I'm waiting until I hit 1,000 subscribers. That way, when you guys give me money, I can give you something in return. And also, I have the link to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page. And for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. There we go. So this is pretty much open forum today. It's a slow news week. Go figure, considering New Year's, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't want to do a top 20 or top 10 or whatever of anything. I just honestly, I just kind of wanted to do a little freeform one for once, since I don't really do those all that often. Hey, Stanley. Sentient. Hey, oi, Inalauda. There you go. Sentient dildo. Yes. Someone was busy. Yes, I was busy, Stanley. There's a wardrobe box in the other room, along with some other big boxes and stuff like that. The room is getting more and more desolate as it goes along. Basically, next Saturday, the movers are coming and packing up a few other items that basically the TVs, that's pretty much all they're doing, and probably the couch is what I'm thinking, and the seat, and that's about it. And then, of course, Monday, everything goes into the truck. Not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. Hey, Sentient, no big deal. You got another review coming up on Wednesday. So you get to see even more desolation on Wednesday. That's going to be a lot of fun, too. So there is a little bit of news and stuff like that that's trickling out there. Like Ezra Miller's Flash is supposed to be starting to film in April. Not anyone really gives a shit. It's the Flash movie that no one really wanted, especially with Ezra Miller as the Flash, because he was the shittiest thing in Justice League. He really was. Even worse than Steppenwolf. I'll say that right now, or Steppenwolf, or however Zack Snyder wanted him pronounced. Yeah. When will I actually move? What date? They load up the truck on the 11th. I'm going to be there on the 12th, and then the truck arrives on the 13th. Yeah, up there. Yeah. Supposedly on the 13th. Fingers crossed on that. Or I might be, doing a podcast sitting on the floor or something like that. We'll see. Hopefully that's not the case. Yeah. But yeah, I'm stretching it out over the 3 days. I mean, honestly, I had to anyway for the movers, but it works out for me and the dog and all that stuff too. So yeah, that's the plan on this one. What else is going on out there? I talked about this on the contest review or contest results for the Wonder Woman 1984, and because that kind of got long and rambly. Quite honestly. The With Disneyland closed, of course, they're just working on retooling stuff all the time. From what I understand, they've enclosed the new Tron ride that's there, which is at Tomorrowland, which I can't wait because you can ride light cycles and shit like that, and that's going to be kind of cool. Um, but also, word is that Galaxy's Edge is going to be retooling a bit and geared more towards the Mandalorian, Star Wars, the original trilogy, and the prequels, and kind of forgetting about the latest trilogy that came out from Jar Jar Abrams, which is a good thing because that's the only drawback to Galaxy's Edge is having people walking around like Rey and Kylo Ren and the duckbill troopers because no one really cares except for the really really tiny kids, which that's what it's geared towards. That's fine. uh but yeah, I honestly, there were some other characters that were there that are Star Wars esque, but they have names, but they're not in the movies, I guess you could say. And I found those people that are wandering around and, those cast members a lot more interesting than the Ray and the Kylo Ren. I agree with you, Sentient. Did I get a good moving deal? I I'm paying what I kind of figured I was going to be paying. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. There was another trilogy. I can't remember that. Yeah, I know. It was in the alternate universe. So, oh man. Yeah. And honestly, I'm more for that. I think I was talking about that too in the other uh, video. Was that when I was with Feisty Fan at Disneyland last year, or 2019, actually? There we go. The They have this little, like, they have almost like these little stages all over the place, and every now and then a little droid that looks like an R2 unit will come out and interact with people, on that area. And Feisty actually put up a video on her Instagram about that, interacting with one of them, and it was kind of cool. Supposedly, they're going to do the same thing with the child with Grogu. They're going to have an animatronic Grogu that comes out and interacts with people on those little stages and whatnot, and then of course, goes back in, or they're going to have a handler or something. I don't know. Yeah, which is going to be kind of cool, honestly. Having like Mando or Mandos roaming around. Oh, there was also Chewbacca at Galaxy's Edge too. We had there was a Chewbacca that was walking around. That was actually kind of cool. And I'm trying to think what else they had. Yeah, that was. I mean, so they've been talking about that. Also having Ahsoka Tano, someone dressed as Ahsoka Tano going through. That's going to be the retooling for when they reopen again, and it's going to be kind of funny. So I have a 3-day SoCal resident pass, and I'm no longer going to be a resident of SoCal, even though I bought that thing like almost a year ago. And I guess they're going to have to still honor it because just because I moved and I bought it then and they're not giving refunds, fuck them. They're going to have to actually honor that at some point in time. So I guess I'm going to do like a 3-day thing where I just come in and get a hotel room and whatnot. So that'll be at some other point in the future, probably later on this year. So next week there is going to be no Saturday morning blast off because again I'm moving. Wednesdays the Expanse will probably be the last video here in this place, and yeah, since again the move and everything, and so it's gonna be kind of sparse this next week here, of course, because I need to get stuff done. I've chipped away at quite a bit, quite honestly. So not to break my arm, pat myself on the back on that one, but I have done not a bad job. I'm trying to think of what else is out there. Oh yeah, supposedly the Mandalorian has become. Speaking of the Mandalorian, anyway, it has become the most pirated show out there. It just beat out The Boys as being the most pirated show. So it's got that going for it now too. Yeah, that's the other milestone that it just reached, which is kind of funny, but still. I mean, come on. It's $8 a month. You can wait until it, or you could do the free trial and just do the free trial for it and binge it like you're going to do anyway. Game of Thrones was proud of that. Yeah, they were. I don't know why, Stanley. That was just kind of a weird thing. Sparse like a Martian ship. It really is. Um, although there's lots of boxes around. Yeah. And as you can see, there's boxes of stuff here. These are the prizes that are supposed to be going out. So I got to box that stuff up and send it out too today. Just to get rid of stuff out of my place here. And also to get you guys your stuff. So, and Morks, if you're listening, sorry, but you're not getting that mug. It's actually going to Carl. So Carl actually got me his address, and you're getting your deck of cards, though. Yeah, I know Morks will come in probably about half an hour from now, just as I'm getting ready to wind things up. Yeah. Stanley says, I have friends who share a subscription 3 ways. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. I actually bought somebody a subscription, a year's subscription as a Christmas gift. Because, that's an easy way of doing it. They didn't have it. They wanted to see The Mandalorian, plus all the other stuff that's on there too. They're huge Star Wars fans, so why not? And it was before the price increase too. So, yeah. I mean, it's an extra $10, really, but yeah. That's what Christmas is about, you get people gifts. And you're watching Cobra Kai. I finished Cobra Kai last night. I still can't believe that Kreese is actually Johnny's father. Was I not supposed to say that? I'm kidding. Ah. Yeah. There's no way that old fossil will be Johnny's father. But there are some surprises in that. Yeah. Um, actually, I like this season, to tell you the truth, Stanley. I really did like this season. Yeah. There's a surprise around the end of episode 8. That's all I'm going to say. The end of episode 8. There's a big surprise. Yeah. And of course, episodes 9 and 10. There's only 10 episodes to that season anyway. And they're half-hour episodes. If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, go and watch it. It's on Netflix. You're in the middle of 7. I won't spoil anything. I normally don't spoil anything, so not intentionally. Actually, I don't think I have spoiled anything. Although someone said, "Oh, your thumbnail for what was it? Lovecraft Country, the season finale of Lovecraft Country spoiled everything," and I'm like, "No, it didn't actually. If you're not following the story, you're not gonna know what the fuck that was all about." So, yeah. Yep. That's why I have to be careful of my thumbnails, because otherwise I get bitching involved. Yeah. But that's what happens when you're a YouTuber. I'm trying to think if there's any. I mean, the other thing that's out there too is supposedly the Batman. This is a rumor now, by the way. It's coming from the Sun, which, if you know what the Sun is, it's like the National Enquirer for Great Britain. They're saying that Matt Reeves, who's notorious for doing hundreds of takes just to get one little thing right, one little perfectionist thing right, is supposedly doing upwards of 50 to 100 takes each take for the Batman, which is kind of wiping out the crew, and supposedly it's pissing off Pattinson as well. Yeah. Stanley Twiddle says, in this week's STD, Michael Burnham was crawling bloody and barefoot through air vents. What reference could that be? I don't know. Although, to be fair, Stanley, I'm rewatching Almost Human. I have that going on, and how many movie tropes they have stolen from in Almost Human is unbelievable. Each episode is another movie genre that they've taken, and they did Die Hard in Almost Human in one of the episodes, including an air vent crawl, but not barefoot and bloody. I don't blame you, Sentient. I saw the first episode of Star Trek Discovery, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's it was laughably bad. I love Almost Human, Sentient. Don't get me wrong. Although watching it now the second time, I'm like, oh yeah, that's this movie. Oh yeah, that's that movie. Not to say that it's bad, but that's where they're stealing it from. I mean, borrowing it from. Yeah. Stanley says, "I'm so glad when this season is over. It's so bad. I'm a masochist." You're talking about Star Trek Discovery, Stanley? The whole show is bad. I mean, you know this, right? I mean, I just can't do it. I really can't. Star Trek hasn't been Star Trek since it's been a long time. Yeah. So, anything else out there? This does not apply to STD. You mean STD is not Star Trek? I know it's not Star Trek. It isn't. There really is not much out there, entertainment wise, news wise, I should say. And yeah, although we got stuff coming up, we got WandaVision coming up on the 15th. What else do we have? A Resident Alien is coming out on the 27th, 28th, somewhere around there. I have it up on the schedule. I'm trying to think what else is coming out. Oh yeah, in March we get the Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming out. It's March or May. I can't remember. It starts with an M. One of those months. I think it's March. And Loki's supposed to be coming out this year as well. So there is some stuff coming up that I will be covering. Yes. And I saw that HBO Max finally put Warrior on HBO Max, both seasons of Warrior. So if you have HBO Max and you go into the series section, you can actually see Warrior is on there. That's a great series, by the way. Unfortunately, only got 2 seasons. It's not getting a 3rd season at HBO Max or Cinemax, I should say. Hopefully, it gets it at HBO Max. If you guys go and watch it and it gets more views, that's where you want to do it. Oh, that's right. I forgot the watch is coming out too on the tomorrow. As a matter of fact, the watch is supposed to be coming out tomorrow. And yeah, I heard it's bad. Even when you see the big stone guy with the creases in the foam in his arm when he's moving his arm, and you see the big creases of foam going in and everything, I was like, "Ooh, that's bad." I know you guys couldn't afford the CGI on it, but still, damn. I mean, that's almost like Roger Corman-esque at that point. I am not. I haven't read the Discworld series. Um, yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know anything, but I know that they've tried, what was it, like 3 times now to do this as a movie, TV show, something like that. Isn't that right? Somewhere around I know they've done, like, 2 movies and then a TV series or TV miniseries. And so I think this is the 4th one that they're trying now. And, there's just some stuff that's unfilmable. It really is. And unless you're Noah Hawley. But, yeah, that's just the way those things go sometimes. Man, it's not only just sparse in my room here, it's sparse in this room as well, in the chat room. We only got 2 people talking, all besides me. Stanley Cho says the worst thing is the modern setting not acceptable. It's just cheaper that way. Yeah. Well, that's why Star Trek, what was it? It wasn't Next Generation, it was, I think it was Voyager that did a lot of stuff, contemporary stuff, if you will. Sentience, as I recommend, the original Utopia. Yeah, that's on my list. I know I have it, bookmarked in there. I just haven't gotten to it. I don't want stuff I have to focus on right now, because if I focus on it, then I stop packing. I just want stuff that, maybe I've seen before. I mean, Cobra Kai was the only thing I was like, "Oh, you know what? I wanna see this before I move. Let me do it." Done. And I knew it was gonna be an easy one to just go through. Yeah. You weren't Stanley, so you weren't, fond of the original Utopia or the original Discworld? I don't understand which one you were talking about that you fell off of. You fell off the wagon? Because that could happen too. I don't know. Yes, and once I move and everything gets cooked back together again. So that's the nice thing about this moving company too. They are not only going to just move everything and not just dump it all off and go, here you go, it's done. They're actually going to set some shit up for me too. So I don't have to worry about setting up a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. Um, you love the original. Okay. Well, tell you what, since I don't have any news and there's really only a few of us here, I'm probably going to let you guys go early today and enjoy the rest of this day. I'm going to go and mail out some prizes because I need to mail out some prizes and do some errands before, the day runs out. It was too bleak for you. I It depends on the show, quite honestly, but I'll take a look at it. All right. With that said, thank you to everybody who joined me today in the chat. Thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. Also, if you're interested in knowing when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there and all the links to my pages and social media. No, Stanley, it's not that. It's just there's no news really, and my brain is Swiss cheese as it is on a good day, and then with everything else happening, my brain is just yeah, it's melted at this point. All right, everybody. Thank you. Happy New Year to everybody, by the way, too, since we're now in 2021 officially. And, hopefully that dumpster fire 2020 is behind us and that this year is better. Hopefully this is better. We can only hope. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again I might as well say what the schedule is right now. So tomorrow I'm going to be off. Monday I'm going to be off. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm doing as of yet. I'll think of something. Wednesday will be The Expanse. And then basically I go into communication blackout for the rest of that week and into the next week until I move. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. There's only gonna be two more videos here at this place, and then hopefully everything gets set up. Um, I actually finally got word from my apartment that I'm moving to that everything's good to go. Better late than never. I mean, whew. I mean, yeah, less than 2 weeks to go, and they're like, "Yeah, everything's good." I'm like, "Thanks." You can always go into the archives, Stanley. There's lots and lots and lots of stuff in the archives. Lots of stuff in the archives. I've lost track of how many videos I have now. I think it's over 600. I want to say. I don't know for sure. I have to take a look at that. Actually, that might be my next thing. All right, everybody. Thank you. I will see you again on Tuesday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you could just be discombobulated like I am because you're moving and your brain's Swiss cheese and there's too much going on. And um, it's a new year, decade, millennium, sometimes, I don't know. Eon? It's a new Eon movie for Nobi. And thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and wear that mask out there. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Have a good rest of your day.